You don't need those headphones. Autism. Human Writing 7676. Boot that friend, what a jerk. Tiny Cyan. 1. Why the fuck do some neurotypicals get so mad when autistic people use accommodations? I'll never understand that. Mind your own business. Betty Lou from Fuckville, Alabama. Quote, Swedish Fika. 1. Do you make it clear to your friend group that you want no interaction with that person? Re. The ableism, his opinion is irrelevant and ill-informed. I hate when people push me to drink. Gearnut. 1. Find friends who respect you. Squeeze D. 1. They don't sound like a good friend. KIRBYDADRAGON. 1. Watch out for that guy. He is already pushing your boundaries and, friends, like that typically become unsafe eventually. That's been my personal experience. Grace Darden. 1. The error here is considering that person a friend. It is not the way a friend acts, and the sheer towering arrogance, I know you better than you know yourself. Holy mackerel Batman. And you really need a better friend group, what these people are. I don't T know, but your friends isn't T one of the options. Samuel Vimes trained. 1. You don't need those headphones, I guess you want be needing your testicles kicked to crotch. Smudgy Pie. 1. Is my special interest racist? Autism, mistaken_pizza. Actual sociologist here who is very versed with the study of racism. And I would argue what you did is the opposite of racism. Because you tried to explain how we're different and why we're different. Which is also an important aspect of anti-racist work. My argument here is that it's just as racist to try to ignore the history as to why we're different. Since the ignorance of our histories will give prominence to white stories over non-white ones. Consider for example how white authors are more prominent over black authors in African countries. Even though black people are dominant, so therefore black stories should in theory be dominant as well. But because of the history of white people colonizing Africa, they have overrode black history with their own stories to the point black people are more versed with Western history and culture than they are their own. She likely confused your info dumping with eugenics. Since a large portion of eugenics history is based on the attempt to classify people into a racial hierarchy via physical observations. This fails to recognize the actual ideological underpinnings of racist thought, which must classify people according to a social hierarchy and assign people social rights or lack thereof based on their position within this hierarchy. Racism is structural and is thus about distribution of power. Nothing you spoke of mentioned the distribution of power in society. Lastly, who the hell would take anyone who denies evolution theory seriously on *** any scientific topic? Quote, Onter 0pic08. 1. I couldn't find anything remotely racist from what you wrote. I think your workmate is probably a moron though. Mr_Billy_Gruff. 1. I thought you mean things like phrenology, but seems like you are just stating some facts. No idea how could this be racist. She probably blame you for that to lower your credit. Silly Classroom 1983. 1. Sounds like evolutionary anthropology. Not racist in the slightest. Your coworker sounds like they need to read a few more books. Though. NKBPD 80. 1. It's not racist. You were speaking facts. However, historically people have used racial differences as a way of establishing hierarchy. Which is probs what she was thinking. Nevertheless, her comment about not speaking about other cultures is pretty stupid. Death Leech 02. 1. I think this is quite literally the opposite of racism. There are reasons for different skin types. This is just basic science. And all you're doing is naming facts. Facts can't be racist. Divergent Den. 1. You talk about differences in people but without prejudice. So you are not a racist. Tier D. 1. Black person here. Nothing you said is racist. I think your coworker is just an idiot. Especially since she doesn't believe in evolution. Like what? Maybe she thought what you were saying sounded like phrenology? In that case maybe I could see where she's coming from, but either way you're all good. Lol. Dan Hiroki. 1. Almost. Nothing is stopping you from buying kids' toys in the clearance section. Autism. Arsenic Saturn. My bank account stops me. Rafael Solo. 1. My queued up lie is, it's for my nephew's birthday. He's going to be so excited. Quote. Red Herringade. 1. As an adult I've spent way too much money on toys that my family wasn't able to afford as a kid. Seffing diabetic. 1. My bank account begs to differ. And I unfortunately end up making the adult decision. Unless, in rare occasions when I've had a tough week, or couple of months and just need something to cheer me up, I typically save things I don't truly need for Christmas or birthday presents. Real Talk Gabe. 1. My wallet says it's either Legos or Buc-ee's for entertainment this month. 7766 PHANTOM. 1. Same thing if you want a Happy Meal or kids meal, do takeout. Everyone just assumes you have a kid somewhere. East Jacket 6687. 1. Oh dude, fuck yay, I will gladly take those Minecraft Nerf guns. Kinetic sand actually sounds pretty awesome too. Issue is, I am broke. Lol. Tristan the Robloxian 3. 1. If you pay close attention. Which no one does, because why would anyone pay attention to anyone else ever? You'll notice that almost all the toy purchases are being made by adults because kids don't have money. And no one can read your mind to know your motivations. If it's a gift for a kid in your family or for yourself, no one cares. Do what makes you happy. Actively resting. 1. What is your favorite thing about being autistic? Autism. That queer Frogger. I don't get bored of doing the same thing over and over again for days on end if that is something I like. Edit. For example, these days I have bashed my head on finding equations to convert any type of amount in any other type of amount. Number of moles. Mass. Volume. Mole fraction. Mass fraction. Volume fraction. Molar concentration. Mass concentration. Molal concentration. Specific volume. I can't get enough of it. GLXBLT76. 1. I like that I can memorize a lot of random stuff. Does it help me in day-to-day life? No, but it's still cool. Leroy the Carrot. 1. It's easy to spot other autistic people and make autistic friends through interests and relatability. Rock Paper Monkey. 1. It's either the women or the money, but hard to say which. J. The underscore cool underscore kids underscore have underscore underscore. 1. Being really good at abstract thinking and pattern recognition. Arctic underscore ninja 008643. 1. It really helps me with my art and writing when I hyper-focus on world building and seemingly insignificant details that all add up to a more immersive setting. Kitty Kai Doodles. 1. Being able to visualize ideas much better in my head. House Erickson. 1. I can almost always predict an outcome of something because I catch what everyone misses. Techie Shefi. 1.